as Leicester. Please welcome to Court 4 from referee by Hoong from Hong Kong.
Welcome to day 1, round 2 of the
Court
Canberra
1,
2025 World
please
Boccia
welcome to
Challenger.
court
I am Kelly Rourke, the
from
CEO of
Hong Kong,
Boccia Australia, and with me
Chee
is Boccia Extraordinaire,
from Malaysia, Chee
previous
Hoong
Australian high performance
to be
coach.
refereed
Welcome,
by
Ken, and thank you for being our expert today.
I don't know about expert, but thank you, Kelly.
Today we will be watching highly contested game on Court 1 between Malaysian athlete Chee Hong Lee and Hong Kong China athlete Chi Hang Ning.
Yeah, so the Hong Kong athlete, Chi Hang Ning, is in the red box. He'll be playing with the red balls. And the Malaysian player, Chee Hong Lee, will be in the blue box playing with the blue balls. So the Malaysian player is ranked number 1 in this competition, and the Hong Kong China player is ranked number 5 in this competition.
So this should be a tight game then, Ken. That's what we're expecting to see.
I think they're both pretty good players.
And on court we've got an Australian referee there in Kate
Jenian. Yeah. One of our wheelchair user referees who does a great job. She's an international referee, has a lot of experience, comes from Queensland in Australia. So they're about to start the warm-up. So Kate, by her positioning there just inside the V, is indicating that they are ready for the warm-up. And the head referee will give the go-ahead to start the warm-up. Once the other courts are ready to go.
So for anyone out there that's watching, Ken, that's not been a part of Boccia before, what's involved in the warm-up for these two athletes?
Okay, so they get to throw their jack and all their balls to whatever part of the court. Normally they would throw their jack to where they're going to throw the jack in the first end to get a read of the court, to see how fast the court is, if there's any unevenness on the floor, just to see what it's doing. And then they would normally throw their first ball to the jack to get a reading on how that's going to react as well. And then from there on, sometimes they'll then throw some of their other remaining balls to where the opposition has thrown their jack to get a reading on the court there. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Sometimes they'll also throw 1 or 2 of their balls to the cross, to the middle of the court, just to get a reading on the court there, in case it goes to a tiebreaker, or if the jack gets knocked out of court, the jack will be placed on the cross in the middle, so they need to know what the court's doing in the middle as well. So the Malaysian player has gone long, and he's gone very long, and he's thrown it out of court. So he will know now from that when he throws his jack in the second end, not to throw it quite that hard, because if that happens in the game, the jack gets picked up by the referee and the other player gets to play their jack. Oh. Yeah, so that was nicely done. So that's what he's done. He's waited for the red player to play his jack, and then he's played his ball to that, so he's got an idea of how the court goes in that part. So now he's throwing a blue ball to short and wide. Red player's going short and wide on this side of the court. So this is what they do, just to read the court, see what the court's doing, how fast it is. so they know what to expect when they start the game. So they look like quite accurate players.
Well, both of these athletes are seeded quite high internationally.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their international ranking is.
Yep.
That would have been a good idea for me to look that up before.
Tripped you up there, Ken.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would be fairly highly ranked in the world.
So in the warm-up for these athletes, is there any restrictions to how many balls they can throw? They're just set to the 6 that they've got, including the jack?
The restriction is they have 2 minutes to throw all their balls. If they haven't thrown all their balls in the 2 minutes, they can't throw any more. The referee will stop the warm-up at that point. The referee will now pick up both the jacks. The athlete's assistants will pick up the remaining balls and get them back to them. Doesn't look like either player has a coach on court with them. They just have an assistant.
And is that unusual?
Oh,
they do?
They are both coaches because they are BC2. They don't have an assistant on court with them. They're allowed to have a coach who sits at the end of the court, and during the 1 minute between ends they're allowed to come on court and speak to the player.
So for people that are beginners to boccia, that are learning out about the game, each end is timed?
That's right, yeah. So with the BC2s, they have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to throw all their balls. And that includes the jack. So if they're in their end where they're throwing the jack, they have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to throw 7 balls.
It's not a lot of time.
It's not, but it's just been reduced by 30 seconds in the latest rule revision.
Okay.
They did have 4 minutes and they've reduced it now to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. All the throwers' times have been reduced by 30 seconds in the revision of the rules. But the BC3 athletes, the athletes that use a ramp, their time was left the same.
Okay.
They get 6 minutes to throw all their balls, to roll all their balls.
Yep.
So now we're just waiting again for the game to start. Just waiting. They like to start all the games at the same time. Although there are still games going on court 2 and 3. 3 is finished. I think court 2 and 3 went to a tiebreaker, so those games in this round have been delayed.
We're off to a good start on day 1. Competitions.
Always the way. Yeah, the TD and the assistant TD, which is the technical delegate and the assistant technical delegate, they don't like tie breaks because that throws out the whole timing.
Yeah, the whole schedule for today. So courts 2 and 3 currently are running.
They'll be running behind. Yeah.
Behind probably for the rest of the day.
Could be. They may make up some time. The worst thing will be if the next game goes to another tiebreaker. But I think we do have some spare courts today, though. Not all courts are being used all day, so if that does happen where court 2 is delayed too long, well, they might switch the next game onto one of the other courts and not being used.
Absolutely. So it looks like we're getting a little bit closer to the action starting.
Yes, the referee in court 5 has just gone onto the middle of the court, so they position themselves on the cross or on the penalty box in the middle of the court when they're ready to start. Yeah, and they've just announced. Just announced that
please welcome to
the games can start.
Ravindra from India.
So starting today is a Hong Kong China athlete in the red box.
Referee from
Starting with the jack.
When he's gone. Interesting. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, that was where he placed the jack in the warm up. So he knows what that part of the court's doing. He knows how much effort to put in to get his first ball did fall a bit short in the warm-up. He's over-corrected that by the look of it. He's just gone a little bit long this time. So now it's blue to play their first ball. So for those that aren't used to the game, watching the game of boccia, when they release the ball, their chair has to be completely with that box. So the red player always plays from box number 3, as you're looking at the boxes from on the court.
Yep.
And the blue player plays in box 4. So everything has to be in that box at the time of release. So the blue player's gone a little bit short there, so he gets to go again. So for those not familiar with the rules, it doesn't go red, blue, alternate throws. After one red ball has been thrown and one blue ball has been thrown, whoever is not the closest, they continue to throw until they get a ball closer than their opposition.
And so potentially if that ball...
that's good.
Yeah, that's close. So it would go back to the red box.
Yeah. So now, blue is... And that's in... It looks like that's in a good line as well. I'm not sorry, looking at the screen now, I can see that it's not completely in line. So the red player should have a chance of going up alongside that blue ball, and he's up just past it. I think he might be holding though. I think that looks like it's going to be blue to go. Yep, blue to go. Well
Anyone else think you'd done this before, Ken? That was a good read.
Thank you. Sometimes it's hard to see on the angles because when you've got balls in line with where you're looking, they always look closer than a ball to the side. Oh, just bumped into his other blue ball. I don't think that's advanced that blue ball any closer to the jack, so I think it looks like Kate's going to have a closer look at that to see whether that blue ball has been promoted. No, it hasn't, so it's blue to go again. It's interesting that the Malaysian player is able to lean a long way forward in his chair to get the momentum that he needs to throw.
Wow.
It's got the harbour bridge there.
So is that harbour bridge? Is that referring to the ball stacked for people that don't know?
Yeah, the harbour bridge is when a ball lands up off the floor between two other balls. They just call it a harbour bridge.
I love that.
It's probably an Australian term. The other countries probably don't use it. Might be a Sydney term actually, because it's the Sydney harbour bridge. But yeah, we refer to it as a harbour bridge when a ball lands up off the floor between two other balls. Sometimes it's a bit hard for the referee to measure that when they're up off the floor. But Kate's been able to determine that either that ball or the other blue ball that it's sitting on is closer than the red ball. So it's red's turn to go. So it's important that they get their chair positioned exactly where they want it to get the line. Or it's pulled up behind those blue balls. So the Malaysian player has built up a bit of a wall there in front of the jack. So the Hong Kong China player, he has got room to go up the side. So at this point you can see that there is what we call a scoring circle. That they don't necessarily have to aim for the jack at this point.
Okay. So
they need to be able to see how far away the closest blue ball is and then draw an imaginary circle around that.
Okay.
So they land in that circle alongside the jack. They're obviously then closer than their opposition's ball. I've always coached our players, if they can, to go out on the court and have a look, because it looks different when you're out on the court to what it does from the box. May have promoted that red ball. Kate's got to check on that.
Well, it looks close there.
I think he may have. From this angle, it looks like the red's closer, but as I say, you can't always tell from our position.
So Kate signalled there. Does that mean that the referee's going
She's
to
going to
measure it a little bit closer?
Yeah, so if she can't tell just by looking at it, she'll indicate to the players that she's going to measure it. So it must be very close.
If the players wanted to at this point, can they go forward and look, or they
No,
just wait?
not at this point.
Okay.
After the end's finished,
Yep.
they can cut the referee will invite them to come out and have a look while she measures.
Yep.
But during the actual end, no, they don't come out at this point.
And for our people that are new to watching boccia, are there restrictions to how many times the athletes can go down and have a look during play?
No, they can come out as many times as they like, but they do that in their own time. They can only come out and have a look while their time is running.
Yep, so the clock would still be ticking down.
So they have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play all their balls, so if they want to come out and have a look, that comes off their time. So yeah, that red wasn't promoted, so it's red's turn to go, and this is the last red ball. Oh, it's promoted that other red ball. So now the referee doesn't have to look to see who's the closest because red have played all their balls. So now the blue player can ask the referee what the score is.
Yep.
But the Malaysian athlete has decided to come out and have a look for himself and to see what the situation is as to whether he can promote. If he's blocked, he can come out and see whether he can promote one of his own blue balls, push them up.
The Malaysian athlete's got 1 minute, just over 1 minute and 20 seconds to throw 2 more balls.
2 balls, yeah, that's plenty of time for the throwers. Just thinking about it. He's positioned his chair. It's interesting that he's gone a little bit further back in the box. He's about halfway back in the box. So that's to just get a little bit more of an angle or to try and get around one of the blocking balls. Oh, nicely done. He's gone up the side there. That's why he's moved back a bit, just to try and get that bit of an angle to miss those blocking balls and go up the side. So that's what he's looked at when he's come out. He's looked at that scoring circle just to see how much distance he has at the side there to get a ball into. Oh, no, that one's gone a little bit too far, I think.
Almost replicated. So we're looking at scoring now. What will Kate be looking at for our non-boccia viewers?
Okay, so she's now looking at how many of one colour is closest than the nearest other colour. So she'll look at to see which is the closest red. I would say, because from here it looks like it's definitely blue is the closest. But now she needs to determine if there are any other blue balls closer than the closest red ball. So she'll measure the closest red ball, which she's doing. So once she determines which is the closest red ball, she'll then use those calipers, the measuring calipers, now to see if there are any other blue balls closer than that red ball. So she's checking each blue ball. She'll confirm that with the players, that they agree.
And what happens in situations, Ken, where the players don't agree? Is there any?
The referee they can ask the referee to measure again.
Yep.
And then if they still don't agree, they can ask the referee to call the head referee over for a second check. So now it's been determined, both players have agreed, they'll go back to their boxes. Kate will now give the score to the players, then turn and give the score to the timer, and the score is 2-blue. Well done. So that's quite good, that if you can win the end off your opposition's jack, it's good.
Yeah.
So you're expected to win your own jack end, because you're putting the jack where you prefer it to be. So normally you would then be expected to win your own jack end. But yeah, the Malaysian player has managed to take 2 points off the Hong Kong China player in the first end.
So how is it determined for our non-boccia viewers who throws the jack first in that first?
Okay, so that's all determined in the call room.
Okay.
Before this game starts, they have a warm-up period.
Yep.
There are warm-up courts out the back there where they can go and warm up for about 40 minutes normally. They have to be in the call room, which is a separate section where they get together with the referee. So now you can see that the coaches are running off the field. They have to be off the court before that 1 minute is up. They have 1 minute to go and talk to their players.
It's not a lot of time, is it?
If they're not off the court when that 1 minute is up, they get a yellow card.
Wow.
So in the call room, the referee will do a coin toss.
Okay.
Whoever wins the coin toss, they decide whether they want to be red or blue.
Okay.
So red is always played from, as I said before, box 3. Blue is always box 4. And red always goes first.
So we've got a much shorter position on the jack.
Yeah, in the warm-up he threw his jack very long and it went out the back of the court, but he's decided not to go with that. He's just gone about 4 metres, I would say, straight out, a little bit to his right. And now, just a little bit to the side. So that first ball is the most crucial ball that you play in a game. To get that in a good position, preferably on the jack and blocking your opposition player.
Yep. So in front of the jack, in essence.
In front of the jack, yeah. Yeah, sorry, did I say on the jack? I'm talking coaching language.
You're talking to a non-boccia expert, but I like it because we're getting your expertise as how many years have you been involved in boccia? That's the shot that you were talking about, more or less.
That's quite a good shot.
Yep.
He's not actually blocking the blue player.
Yep.
He's closer, which is good, but that would be, I wouldn't say that's not on. That first ball is not on. On is when it is on either touching the jack or very close to the jack and blocking the opposition player.
Okay.
That's when we would say that ball is on. So now the blue player, okay, so I was just going to say he has an option there of knocking the red ball away.
Yeah.
Or just getting onto the jack, but he's decided to push the jack back. So he's pushed the jack back to his blue balls. He's probably holding. So I don't know whether that red ball is blocking. Oh no, yeah. So the Hong Kong China player has had a shot at the jack. He's just gone a little bit hard and bounced off it a bit and gone a little bit behind. So, which is not a bad position, because to have a ball behind the jack is quite good, because as the blue player just did before, he knocked the jack back.
Yeah.
So if you've got a ball behind, sometimes it can come in handy towards the end of the end.
So what do we think that if you were coaching this Malaysian player now, is he going to try and drop the ball in front of the jack and block it? You use a term that's far more professional than me when you talked about it, but...
Yeah, if he's got a shot at the jack now,
yep.
I think he may be blocked by that short red ball.
Yep.
Well, he's done pretty well there. I think he was a bit blocked by that short red ball, but he's gone up the side and landed between the red ball and the jack, which is quite a good position.
And the athletes have to remain in their box. They can't get a better view by going in any of the outside boxes. So really, that's where the technical side of this sport really shines, that they're stuck in that box and they can't go outside it, even if they can't get a view on the jack.
Oh yeah, he's done well. He's just gone a little bit hard again. He's just pushed instead of landing on the jack, he's just gone a little bit hard and just pushed the jack back a bit, and his ball's bounced off it. So now the referee will determine who's not the closest. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a measure again. She's getting the small calipers out because it's only a small distance between the coloured balls and the jack. So sometimes it's not good to be holding. And when I say be holding, which means you're closest to the jack.
Yeah.
If the jack's open, you don't really give your opposition the chance to get on the jack.
Yeah.
So it's not always good tactics to be holding unless you're in front of the jack. So it's, red to go again. So this is the 4th red ball. They've both played 3 at this stage. Oh no, he's promoted that blue ball a bit, so the line was a little bit out there.
And from your experience, and it's hard to tell obviously from this angle, would the athlete be able to have vision and view of that jack, or would it be blocked by the closest red ball?
I think he's left red ball, so he's gone past there, so I'm not sure what he was doing there. He had a bit of pace on that.
Yeah.
Maybe he was trying to push the jack back behind his red ball, which would have been a good tactic. So another measure. So red's only got 1 ball left now. Blue has 3 balls remaining. This is where it's a game of millimetres.
Yeah.
And this looks like it's very close. So the referee's having to check a couple of times just to be sure. And they do have to be sure because it can be a critical situation as to who gets the next jack. Who gets the next shot. Yeah. So it's red to go again. So red have to play their last ball.
And so what do you think the athlete will be thinking here? You think they want to push this jack away, or they just want to try and sit on it? What would you be thinking?
No, I think I would be just, if he's got a shot at it and he's manoeuvring around the box, trying to get in his the best position he can get to get the angle that he needs. Not too bad. That was good. So I don't know, he may have left the jack open though. He's just gone a little bit hard again. It's hit the jack and bounced to the side. I think blue could have a shot at the jack here.
And there's a lot to think about now and consider 3 balls. You have to play all 3 balls for our non-boccia watchers.
You don't have to play them, no.
Okay.
At any stage you can decide to throw off and not play the remaining balls. And you would do that if there was a risk that you might knock your ball away that's holding, that's already a scoring ball, or knock the opposition's ball closer. So that's what he would come out and that's what he would be determining. If there was a risk in playing these remaining 3 balls, it looks like he may be holding 2 already, which wouldn't be a bad score.
Yeah.
So again, he's moved right back in his box to get the angle he wants. Didn't quite get in there. I think he is a bit blocked by that short red ball.
Yeah.
I mean, one option would be to try and knock that red ball to the side to get rid of it.
Yep.
If he's got a hard ball in his set. Oh, he's gone over the top. Not a bad shot. That's a lob. And it just bounced over and behind the jack.
So what would be scoring on there right now?
Sorry, I just realised I'd said before he's holding 2 red. He's a blue player, so he needs to move it or get on there. Oh yeah, he's done very well.
So there's a lot going on now, obviously for Kate, our referee, to establish who's leading this one. What's your gut telling you? It's hard from this angle, Ken.
Yeah, all the balls are played now. I would say it's at least 1 blue. So she has indicated, the referee's indicated that it's 1 blue, and she invites the players to come out and have a look at that and see if they agree or not. They can at this point ask for a measure, which they have done.
So there's lots involved in this sport. I've heard people refer to it as, similar to chess when it comes to tactics and how far ahead you've got to think for these players when they're in the boxes. What's your feedback on that? Do you think it's similar?
Yeah, well, I have known some good chess players to play boccia.
Oh, really?
And they're good. Yeah, they're good boccia players because you really need to think more than one shot ahead, which a good chess player does. So, yeah, it does help in boccia because there are a lot of tactics and strategies involved, but if you can think more than one shot ahead, it can be an advantage for sure.
Yeah. And even the placement of the jack would be a huge part of that, working out your opponent.
Yeah, so they decide, say, okay, Kate's giving the score here. Score is 2 to blue.
2
There you go.
yep.
Well done. Okay, so he's now after 2 ends. The Malaysian player is ahead 4-0.
So for our viewers out there that are falling in love with this sport as I did when I first started back in February, how many ends do the players get?
Okay, so they play 4 ends.
Yep.
So each player gets to throw the jack twice. So the red player throws it in the first end, then blue, then red, then blue.
Yep.
Only change to that would be if they foul the jack, which means if they throw the jack and it doesn't go over the V, so you got the V line
Yep.
at the start in the front of the court there, and the jack has to go over that V line and has to stay in the court. So if they foul the jack, the other player gets to throw the jack instead of them, and then in that case they will get 3 jacks in that game.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That wouldn't change. And we saw that similar in the warm up. I think it was the Malaysian player threw the jack quite long.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
In the warm up. Yeah.
So if that had been in the game, jack would have been picked up, and the other player would have got to play their jack.
So here we are. We end 3 of this very entertaining game on day 1 of the Canberra Challenger.
It's very entertaining. Anybody's game.
Anyways, we've gone long again.
Yeah.
And do you think, obviously, this player is left-handed, so obviously he's gone long and left? That would be... Is it difficult, and I don't know enough about this game from a technical level as you do, for that player to throw towards the opposite end of the court? It's not
normally they throw the jack to their side of the
Yep.
court just to disadvantage their opposition.
Yep.
And that's not bad. That's what we call jack high. So the ball is the same length as the jack.
Yep.
He would prefer that to have been in front of the jack.
Yeah, to block that view.
Blocking
Yep.
the opposition. But it's not a bad ball at that length. So the longer you go, the harder it is to be more accurate, obviously, because the ball's travelling further, and if there's any unevenness on the court, that can come into play the longer the ball goes.
Yeah, and we're talking millimetres that way, as we saw when Kate was measuring.
That's right. So now the blue player, he's got a little bit short and to the left. He has got another shot at the jack, though. I don't think he's blocked himself, which is good. A second chance at getting on that jack. And just a little bit hard and just bounced off a little bit to the side, but that's still a good shot. He's holding. So it's red's turn to go. Looks like he has got a clear shot at the jack. Oh no. A little bit wayward, that one.
And so that ball went long, but it stayed in court. What happens if that ball goes outside the court?
It just gets picked up by the referee and placed in the dead ball box.
Yep.
So you see those little white boxes alongside the court. So that's the dead ball box. Any ball that goes out of court gets placed in that dead ball box.
And that's only out of play for this end?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they get it back at the end of the end. Yeah.
So that's too long there from a Hong Kong, China athlete. Do you think that the view could be obscured from that closest blue? Or?
I'm not sure why he's going right and long there. He's not. Wouldn't be trying to knock out a blue ball. There's no blue balls on that side. That's he's repositioned his chair because he's still going to the right. So he will reposition his chair again, I would say, to try and get his aim a little bit further to the left. Looks like he's having a bit of spasm. His arm is spasming a bit. Just trying to flex it to stop the spasm. Yeah, there he goes. Now he's moved his chair slightly to the left to try and get that line right. That's better. Yeah, good shot. Yeah,
and he's pleased with that. Yeah. And the tough moments in there with his arm spasming as well.
Yeah. I think the jack's still open for the Malaysian player though. It's got to be very accurate though to be able to land between those two red balls and get on the jack. Which he's done. Very good. It's a great shot.
And we wouldn't want to be pushing that jack too much further back, would we? Because we've got those...
Not with all those red balls back there, no.
Cluster of 3 there. So it makes it difficult.
It's another close one by the look of it. So, okay, the referee has got to check that.
Yeah, they're really making it work today.
They are.
And here we get a really good view of those smaller calipers.
Yeah. Kate's a very good referee though, very experienced referee. Yeah, it's very close by the look of it. So she'll get those calipers to touch both balls. Like at the moment she's measuring the red and between the red and the jack, so she'll get them to just touch. And then she'll put them between the jack and the blue ball and see if they touch. No, they go through, so the red ball is closer. So blue gets another chance. So with that blue ball in front of the jack, the Malaysian player will look to just push that blue ball up onto the jack, I would say. The other option is to leave that there and try and push the closest red ball away, but I don't know that he's got a shot at that.
Yeah, there's some real distance on this court right now.
There he goes. Oh no, missed. Right, there you go. So the ball only has to be touching the line, doesn't have to be over the line. If it's just touching the line, that's out.
Okay.
Different to tennis.
Yep.
In tennis, if it's on the line, it's in. In boccia, if it's on the line, it's out.
That's good. All right, we can remember that.
Okay, so it's blue to play again.
And he's got a lot to think about here.
So, yeah, in their preparation for throwing the ball, as you can see, sometimes they'll do that swing.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. He has knocked that red ball away. That's the closest red ball. He's managed to knock that away, so that's good. So he's left his blue ball in front of the jack, which is blocking the red player. So
and that red player's just got one ball remaining.
Yeah, so that puts the pressure on a bit.
And that would be the jack would be pretty obscured from his box once he returns, which obviously he's just gone up and had a closer look.
Yeah, just gone up to, again, probably to check the scoring circle.
Yep.
So to see how close those blue balls are. Looks like you may have a chance to knock his red ball up. So there's a red ball there to his right of the jack. If he can just push that up just about a ball width, that will be closer than the blue ball. I would think that's probably what he would be trying to do. And, I just missed it. It was a good try. Very close. So that ball's out as well.
Yeah.
So all the red balls are played, so blue has one ball remaining. So at this, he's got 1 minute 22 seconds. So he'll come out and have a look again to see if there's any risk in him playing that ball, and I'll get it right this time. He's holding one blue. So he needs now to work out whether he can get another point, whether he's happy just to get that 1 point. with that red ball sitting where it is, he doesn't want to push that up for that to be closer to the jack than his blue ball. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for the second point. Oh, went through. That's what he was aiming for, was to, may have been trying to ricochet off that left-hand side, that left-hand blue, to ricochet it into, because that had a bit of power on it. He wasn't just trying to draw it up alongside the jack. But he was probably going for a ricochet, so that's one blue. So now the Malaysian player is ahead 5-0 going into the last end.
So it makes it really difficult. So you could, technically speaking, score off all 6 balls.
Yeah, you could.
If you had a really great round. So the Hong Kong China player's definitely not out of it.
That's right. Well, yeah, that's right. He would have to. And it's the Malaysian player's jack. So
yeah, of course.
Puts the Hong Kong China player at a little bit of a disadvantage. So
yeah.
And I think to add to what I was saying before, when you asked how many ends, there's 4 ends. If the scores are equal after 4 ends, they do play a tiebreaker.
Yep.
And in the tiebreaker, neither of the players will play the jack. The referee will do another coin toss, and whoever wins the coin toss chooses whether they will throw first or second.
Yep.
And their jack will be placed on the cross in the middle of the court.
Yep.
And then it will be just like a normal end from that point. So whoever won the toss, they get to choose whether they throw first or second. Whoever throws first, their time will start, and the referee will indicate to throw. So it looks like he's going to go short again. He's not going to risk going long. And as a coach, I would normally coach a player that if they win their end, the next time they play the jack, they should play it in the same place.
Oh, okay. So you would have been expecting a long...
No, they should play it in the same place if they won their end.
Oh, okay, of course, yes.
If he played short in the
time.
second end and he lost that end,
Yeah.
then I would suggest, okay, maybe
Go
then
long.
put him to go long or put the jack somewhere else. But the fact that he won it, he's gone a bit shorter than he did in the second end. It was about 4 metres in the second end. That's gone just under 3 metres by the look of it. Oh, beautiful.
And he's right in front of it, and you described that a couple of times, and we've got it. It's officially on, which you spoke to a few times.
That's what we call on. Yeah, that ball is on.
So what are the options now for this athlete coming up and trying to assess?
Okay, so what he needs to do now is to knock that blue ball away. So he's come right forward in his box. He's got an angle there to get the best angle he can, because so from where he's looking now, if he can see a little bit of the jack on the left-hand side, he will look to hit the blue ball on his left-hand side to push it away from the jack.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, and that's exactly what he's done. It's a good shot.
So it's really interesting. The ball's obviously off court, so it's out of bounds now and a dead ball, but the shot still stands.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so quite often when you go for a knockout shot, which is what we call that, a knockout, to knock the other ball away, the ball that you use will quite often go out of court.
Yep.
But that's not a problem. You've achieved what you wanted to do. So now he's opened it up now and he's got a clear shot at the jack.
Yeah, and obviously now that's one ball out of play, so potentially there's,
He can't get 6 points.
Yeah, he can't get 6.
Unless there's a penalty.
Okay.
We haven't talked about penalties.
We haven't we won't get too complex yet, do we, Ken?
Sorry. No, well, as I said, like he's got his chair there on a very steep angle there in his box. So if that back wheel, for instance, was touching the line at the point that he releases the ball, that would be a penalty. And after all the balls are played in this end, the Malaysian player would get to play one more ball into the penalty box, and he can possibly get another point. So that's why even at this point, the Hong Kong China player, and that's nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
And he's took that right in between the blue.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so the Hong Kong China player would, if it's possible for him, even though he only has 5 balls possibly to be on court. If the Malaysian player has a penalty against him, he would get an extra ball to play at the end. So it's still possible for the Hong Kong China player to get 6 points in this end. And there can be multiple penalties as well.
Yep.
Oh, nice shot.
Yeah.
So he's hit that red ball hard to move it away from the jack. He's opened the jack up now. So
he'll have a great view of this jack now.
Yeah.
Clear view.
Again, interesting that there is a red ball behind it, so he's got to be careful not to go too hard and knock the jack back onto that red ball. Oh, that's nice.
Wow, it's touching.
Just a little bit to the left, but still a good shot. That's on the right side of the jack because it's harder now for the Hong Kong China player to push that blue ball away.
Yeah, he's come out to have a look there.
It's on his side, yeah.
And he's left-handed, of course, so this is a interesting angle now.
It is, yeah. It's rather difficult for him.
There's a lot to think about, even just the placement of his wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's quite tight in there.
It is. But at this level of competition, great shot. Yeah, I was going to say, if he had an angle on that jack, that was the shot to, we call it a jack clip, which is to clip the jack back away from the ball that's blocking it and push it back to your own ball, which is what he's done.
This is a close one. Yeah, so I was going to say at this level of competition, they use every square centimetre of their box to move around to make sure they can get the biggest advantage. Oh, that's pretty good. That's just slotted in, yeah.
I don't think he meant it to ricochet off those other balls, but that'll do. He'll take it. He'll take it.
I'll let you ask him that at the end of the end.
Still a little bit short though. He's pulled up a little bit short, so the red ball is still holding. So he's just got to push that blue ball up now. And if he can push it up and get the ball that he uses to stay behind it, that's an advantage as well. Yep, that's a good shot. So red to go. Red's in a little bit of a difficult position now.
Yeah.
He's definitely not going to get 5 points in this end, although I shouldn't say that, I guess.
There'll be a lot of penalties needed. There's only two red balls on the court at the moment, with those ones that went out of bounds.
Yeah. So what you got? Yeah, 2 balls to play. Yeah. So some of the players at this level, they can lob and try and go over those blue balls and knock the jack back.
Yeah.
Very difficult shot. You've got to be really pinpoint accurate to be able to land on that jack and push it back. He's just decided to try and push through. He has moved the other balls a bit, so he now will probably try and do the same thing and push that jack. Oh no, he's gone the other side.
And we see both these athletes seem to have a sort of an overhand grip and throw. Would they ever change that to an underhand, or would they always stay in the same?
It depends on their
delivery?
ability. As to, so they work that out early in their career, what's the best way to hold the ball. It's really good to have the ability to be able to throw underarm and overarm.
Yeah.
If you can do that, that's an added advantage, but underarm seems to be the best action.
Yeah.
So, the Malaysian player has decided to go for extra point, and I think he's managed to do that.
Yeah. Great shot.
And he only had 30 seconds to play as well. Yep. I don't know whether it's 1 or 2. I can't quite see how many fingers Kate held up then in front of the paddle to indicate Yep, so the Hong Kong China player is asking for a measure. The tension mounts when they're measuring.
Sure does. It's nerve-wracking for the referee. You can't be heavy-handed there, can you? And move a ball.
And you got to have steady hands as well.
Because you need it touching to see the gap, but you equally don't want to push.
No, you can't touch the balls when you're doing it. Yeah, you don't want to push the balls away.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. You know, and Kate's been on and off that chair quite a few times in this game. They've certainly put her to work.
She does well though. Yep, she's determined. It looks like both the athletes are happy with her decision. They'll go back to their box. She'll indicate what the score is, which is 2-blue. So yeah, that great shot was a great shot. Yeah, the last shot rather was a great shot. 2-blue. So the Malaysian player wins 7-0. It's a good win.
It is a good win. Great game.
It was a great game.
And probably a little bit closer than you would think if you just turned this on and saw it was 7-0.
Yeah, as I say, the score doesn't really indicate the closeness of the game.
Yeah. And it really is a game of millimetres.
Definitely. Okay, so the scores just have to be confirmed now. The referee will check the balls. She'll ask the players to go up and check the score on the monitor. She now has to inspect the balls, so the balls can't be tampered with at all.
Okay.
So the balls are all checked in the call room.
Yep.
They're weighed, they're measured, and they go down a roll test to make sure they're not too soft. The balls can't be too soft. And now she's just checking to make sure they haven't been tampered with during the game. Once she's confirmed that there haven't been, the result will stand.
And you spoke about the floor earlier. We're looking at quite a spectacular floor for this one. The feedback I've heard from the players is that it's great to play on.
It is. It's one of the flattest floors. I've travelled to many countries around the world and seen many different courts, and this is one of the best I've seen. Yep. And I'm not just saying that because it's in Australia.
Yep.
But it's really nice and flat. And that's a big advantage to the players if they're playing on a nice flat court.
Yep. They've done a great job here at the arena with a basketball court down and then the Terraflex on top. It looks fantastic, but the feedback, I think I had Dan Michaels, the Australian player, say it's one of the best courts that he's ever played on.
Yeah, and that's saying something because Dan has played on a lot of courts around the world. So for him to make that statement, it's a big plus. Okay, so I think we wrap that up now. So that's the end of the second round, and we'll be back soon for the third round. Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks, Ken.